What is up, guys? It's Overrated here, and today we are going to be doing the quest Fairytale Part 2, Cure a Queen. Now, for this quest, you are going to need to have completed a Fairytale Part 1. You're going to need level 57 Herblore, level 49 Farming, and level 40 Thieving. And you are also going to need to be able to defeat a level 145 enemy. So for this quest, you are going to need food, a Lunar or Dramen staff, a Vial of Water, and a Pestle and Mortar. You might also want good armor and a weapon for the level 145 enemy. And all the runes that I have are just for transportation. So to start this quest, you're going to want to speak to Martin, the master farmer. He is in Draenor village, just northwest of the bank. So from Lumbridge, you can just walk west and then northwest, and you will reach Draenor village, and he is there. Or you can also just walk from Varrock, or just Falador if you're in Falador, or it's the easiest way to get here. You can also use an Amulet of Glory, which I have in my inventory, to teleport to Draenor Village. So let's talk to Martin. You want to talk to him about the quest. And it's going to be a short dialogue. And bam, we have started the quest. So basically he's going to tell you that you want to wait till the crops grow. So all the runes in my inventory are just for teleportation, which you are not going to need. This smoke battle staff is just for the alching that I'm about to do. You guys don't need any nature runes, fire runes, air runes, water runes, earth runes, or law runes. You don't need the glory unless you want it to get here faster. Okay, guys, so it looks like the crops have finished growing, and the way that you can tell that the crops have finished growing is just wait about 5 to 15 minutes and make sure you don't pickpocket the master farmer or Martin. So just check your quest little log, and it should say that the crops have finished growing, so then you can talk to Martin again. So talk to Martin and talk to him about the quest, and he will then it's going to be a short dialogue once again, and he's going to tell you about some fairies. And now what you have to do is tell him that you will go looking for them. And now we need to head to Zanaris. So I'm just gonna bank really quick, and I'm gonna bank my smoke battle staff, my nature runes, and the gold that I received, and the yew longbows. If you want, you can pretty much just deposit all the runes and just withdraw food and armor and a weapon if you haven't already. If you are low level, I do recommend bringing like strength potions, or if you're gonna range, use range potions. But the enemy isn't too difficult. Just keep in mind that prayer or protection prayers do not work against this enemy, so protect from melee will not work and such. So here we go. So you're gonna want to head southeast of the Draenor village, and you are going to find a little shack. So to get to this little shack, you just travel southeast from Draenor village, and it should be the smallest shack in Lumbridge Swamp. Not the first one that you encounter, but the second one. Just keep going further into the swamp, and you will find the shack. And you're going to want to make sure to have your You can also bring super energy potions like I did, just to make the quest a little bit faster. But make sure you have the Dramen staff equipped, because if you don't, this will happen. Absolutely nothing. So make sure you equip the Dramen staff or Lunar staff, and then open the door, and you should get teleported to Zanaris. Now here we're going to travel south and then immediately travel west. So just travel west, and you will come across a small room in which you will find that there was a certificate that was that you can study. So a little cutscene will appear once you get to this room, and this is to the northwest, complete northwest corner of Zanaris. So this little cutscene will appear, and you want to pick up that certificate. So you're gonna have one dialogue, and then just pick up this certificate. Just pick it up, and then travel south. Travel south to the Fairy Chef, south of the bank. Make sure that before you talk to her, because look, if you talk to her, she's not going to say much. So make sure you study the certificate, or give me a second. Yeah, so study it first. This window will pop up. You can just close that, and then use the certificate on the Fairy Chef. Some dialogue will appear. And now we're going to head east. You're going to want to head east, and then we are going to head south, because we're going to go to the Cosmic Rune Altar. Like I said, you can bring some stamina potions or some super energy potions to make it a bit faster, but it's not recommended. You can also use those agility shortcuts. You need, I believe it's 66 agility, and the other one is 50 something agility, but I'm just going to take the long way because agility sucks. Anyways, so just travel down this path, and you will reach this big center room, and this is the little rune temple sign that you are going to want to read. So that there is a Cosmic Rune Altar, but you're going to want to read this. This window will pop up, just close it, and now we're going to head to the Fairy Godfather. So head north, head back up the way you came, and the Fairy Godfather is going to be in the throne room, which is near the Slayer Master called Cheldar. And simply you're going to want to ask him where the Fairy Queen is. So just keep walking up north, and just remember, guys, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments. I will get back to you as soon as possible. If you do happen to find the video useful, remember to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. So talk to the Fairy Godfather and just ask, where is the Fairy Queen? And then some dialogue will appear, and then you are going to want to select the second option. Where would blah blah blah, and then he's going to give you permission to use the fairy rings. So now you are going to want to walk north. Tell him, yes, I'll find it, or I'll find her. And now walk north and talk to the co-coordinator. And just finish talking to the co-coordinator, and now we are going to head to the fairy ring southwest of the wheat field. Now, for this part, you are going to want to equip your Dramen staff or Lunar staff, whichever one is available to you. So this is the wheat field, and just head southwest of it. You will find a fairy ring. So now use this fairy ring, and you are going to want to input the coordinates air, A-I-R. Now be careful, because sometimes it glitches, or it's very sensitive, and it'll read, or it'll understand one click, but it'll act as two. So sometimes you can misclick, and it's very easy to get to mess up. So I will show you what will happen if you mess up. You will actually be teleported to a small island with penguins on it, and pretty much you just have to start the whole sequence over again. So for the second part, you are going to want to input the coordinates DLR, as I have just done. You will appear on this small island, and just teleport back to Zanaris using the fairy ring. Now use it again and input D, J, Q, and teleport to this location. So teleport there, and you should teleport next to it. A little dialogue will appear, and just click continue. Now I am going to mess up here and enter the same coordinates again, DJQ, which if you do, then in the last part you will not be teleported to the infirmary, but you will be teleported to the small island with penguins. So if you enter a coordinate twice, this will happen. When you go to enter the last one, which is A, J, S, and teleport to the location, you will be teleported to a small island with penguins. So just teleport out of this island, and input the correct coordinates in the correct sequence. You can't repeat them, and you can't, if you mess up the sequence, then you have to start all over again. So the first one is air, and as you can see that it does that. That will completely mess you up. So if that happens, you are going to want to start the sequence all over again. So make sure to just take it slow, because if you keep messing up the sequence, it can get a bit frustrating. So as you saw, the first one was air, A-I-R. The second one is D-L-R, and there's a little travel log, as you can see, the bottom right hand corner. And once you get the correct sequence, then you can just keep checking up on it, as I will show you later on in the video. So the third coordinate is as you saw, once again, I messed up, so I had to start all over. So just do the correct ones. The first one is air, the second one is DLR, and the third one is DJQ, and the final one would be AJS. So this is DJQ. You're going to spawn right next to the ring. Just click it once again and input AJS. And now you should be teleported to the infirmary. Now for this part, just travel northeast. And talk to Fairy Nuff. Now just skip through all this dialogue and eventually, right when it ends, very wise will join in. So do not run away or walk away. I will run away, but if you do, as I did, see, I skipped the dialogue. Just talk to her again, and then you can continue on. So just skip through all this dialogue, and eventually you are going to find out that you are going to have to pickpocket the Queen's secateurs from the Fairy Godfather. So once all this dialogue is done with, just travel southwest into the fairy ring, use it, and go back to Zanaris. And you're going to want to go back to the throne room. Now, this is the part that you need 40 thieving for. It can get a bit frustrating because, as you can see, you will fail a couple times, as actually I did. I will show you guys because, as I have promised you guys, I do not skip ahead in my videos. So I will show you guys twice I got caught, and third time was the charm. So just come and pickpocket the Fairy Godfather, and you will see a little see at the bottom left in the chat box, it says you fail, blah blah blah, and you are going to be teleported out of Zanaris. So what you have to do is just travel back while wielding the Lunar or Dramen staff, and just go back to Zanaris and pickpocket him again. As I did, you can bring super energy potions to keep your running up, because this part can get a bit frustrating, as I said. So just travel in, have your Dramen staff equipped like I am showing you now, and open the door, and then just travel straight south, and you will find the room, the throne room, and pickpocket him again. So if you actually got lucky and were able to pickpocket him the first time or the second time, as I still failed right now, you can skip ahead in the video, but I actually get it this third time. So if you want, you can just stick around. Alright guys, so this is actually when I do pickpocket him successfully, and once you pickpocket him successfully, you will get the Queen's secateurs, and they're yellow. And what you want to do now is just travel back to the fairy ring, and you are going to want to travel back to the hideout, to the infirmary, and speak to Fairy Nuff once again. So just use the same sequence, which is again AIR, and as you can see in your travel log, it is right there. So if you have any questions, just check your travel log and make sure to use the correct sequence, or you will have to start all over. And if you don't use the correct sequence, you will be teleported to an island with penguins. So I will talk to you guys once I am at the hideout talking to Fairy Nuff. Alright guys, so once you arrive back at the hideout, just use the Queen's secateurs on Fairy Enough, and a dialogue will appear in which she will tell you that you need to make a magic essence potion and use it on the Fairy Queen. So to make this magic essence potion, you will need a starflower and some Gorak claw powder. So in order to get both of these items, you're going to need to use the fairy ring. So we are going to travel back there now. And as I said, you can bring something to keep your energy up to make the quest faster. As you can see, you do have to do a lot of walking. So once you get to the fairy ring, just input the code DIR. So just input DIR and teleport to this location. Now this is the part where you need armor, weapon, and food, so make sure you do have some with you. As you can see, I will equip my whip and start attacking the Goraks. So keep in mind, protection prayers do not work against these enemies, so just keep that in mind when you are fighting them, because you cannot use these. You can use others, ultimate strength and defense and such, but it's better to just bring food and some potions if you want. So once you kill the monster, just take the Gorak claws and you can use the fairy ring, but make sure to equip your Dramen staff, or else it'll say that you need a magical item or something like that. So just use the fairy ring and you will be teleported back to Zanaris. And now use the fairy ring again and enter the coordinates CKP. I apologize. CKP. And just teleport to this location. You're going to be in like a wonderland of sorts that's like yellow in the middle of space. And it took me a while to find a starflower, which is what you need to pick, but I eventually found it. So I will talk to you guys once I find it. Alright guys, so this is where I find the starflower. It just rises, I guess. And you will get some sunflowers in your inventory. And now just travel back to Zanaris. And you're going to want to head back to the Fairy Queen's hideout. So you're going to have to go through the whole 4 sequence code again. I will talk to you guys once we are at the hideout. Alright guys, so from here just travel back to the infirmary, and now you're pretty much going to want to use the star flower that you picked, use it on the Vial of Water. So just use the star flower on the Vial of Water and you will get some magic essence unfinished. Now grind the Gorak claws with your Pestle and Mortar, so use the Pestle and Mortar on the Gorak claws to get some Gorak claw powder. Now use this Gorak claw powder on the magic essence unfinished and you will get a magic essence potion 3 doses. So just talk to Fairy enough and she will tell you to use the potion that you have just created on the Fairy Queen. Now make sure to use it on the Fairy Queen, not drink it. Not too sure what happens if you drink it, but you will only need to use 1 dose on the Fairy Queen. So just talk to the Fairy Queen once you have healed her and you will have completed the quest. Once you complete the quest, you will receive 2 quest points, 3,500 Herblore Experience, 2,500 Thieving Experience, the use of the fairy rings, which are very useful traveling around Runescape, and a skill lamp. So if you guys did enjoy the quest guide, make sure to drop a like on the video. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, just leave them down in the comment section. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I will be posting them weekly, if not daily. I will catch you guys later, and have a good day.